Kunzo, 16 years ago, I made a Facebook post. And I go through town, and sometimes people phone into the program and people meet you and they start asking questions. They say, oh, these days you don't bike, you leak. And I look at them and I laugh. Because there are two schools of thought. Those who will be happy with what you do and those who would never be happy with what you do. Those are the two schools of thought. Those who will be happy with what you do and those who will never be happy with what you do. There are two kinds of people. If you go around bothering yourself with either of them, you will be in trouble because then you will lose your originality. I'm talking to you as a younger person, and maybe sometimes people my age and people who might be older than me, but have not really thought through this. In this life, people will love you, people will hate you. It is a fact of life, it's a reality of life. 16 years ago, and I want to show you what consistency is. 16 years ago, I wrote this. It was in 2009. It was on the 12th of October, 2009. At the time, Galamsey had not gotten to this crazy height. In fact, if I'm not afraid to say, you wouldn't say that there was Galamsey at the time. 16 years ago, where were you at the time? Were you in JSS? Were you in primary school? Were you now in nursery school or kindergarten? I was practicing. 16 years ago, yesterday, Facebook reminded me that on the 12th of October 2009, I said, protecting the earth has become a Herculean task. Yesterday was the ozone layer. Today is melting ice and rising sea levels. Tomorrow may not give us the chance to talk about it. So before you dismiss that small waste, remember that it could produce a big, sad story. I'll take that again. Protecting the earth has become a Herculean task. Yesterday was the ozone layer. Today is melting ice and rising sea levels. Tomorrow may not give us the chance to talk about it. So, before you dismiss that small waste, remember that it could produce a big, sad story. 16 years ago, I wrote this. 16 years ago. Where were you at the time? Before you could afford 5 CDs data to insult people, where were you at the time? And what is the story now? Today we are talking about Galamsey, and today we are making it look as if we never spoke about anything before Galamsey came. And even now we don't speak about anything else because a certain regime is in power. 16 years ago in 2009, who was in power? It was the late Professor Mills. I was MPP then, I'm sure. Very, very MPP, blue, white, and red. When I was talking about it in October, which was a few months to the elections or a few weeks to the elections, yes, I was certainly paid by the MPP to do that. Is that what we call consistency? Today, and even yesterday, I'm still talking about the same issues. Because we'll have people go to COP20, whatever. We'll be talking about the ozone layer. We'll be talking about pollution. We'll be talking about plastic waste. 16 years ago, I spoke about it. Now, 16 years ago, what were you talking about? Today, you have found your mouth because we have to talk about, and it's important that we talk about Galamsey. And then we start picking on people like Awola Sewa and the rest who are talking about Galamsey and are talking about it with all their might and power. People who already have their bread and butter to eat and they could actually keep quiet or pick their passports in their bags and leave the country. People who will not politicize this stinking Galamsey thing. And instead of us coming together to fight it, I'm happy that Labour is coming to the table again. Because I remember back in the day when push came to shove for Labour to come to the table, they all chickened out. From the doctors to the nurses to everybody chickened out. That nationwide strike, that could have been a turning point. They all chickened out. But I'm happy to know that some of them are coming to the table to weep now, because some of them will be due for retirement at the end of the year and maybe mid-year next year. So they are looking for ways to find a way for them to be remembered in a good way. It's a good thing that we are coming back, because it hurts to see children being born with defects or deformities. It hurts to see people getting non-communicable diseases, not because of their lifestyle choices, but because we poison them with our water. It hurts. It hurts to know that we as a country invest so much in machinery for the Ghana Water Company Limited, and the machines get destroyed because our water is heavily silted and polluted. It hurts to know that people are actually getting water through their taps, which is not up to international standards, turbidity levels, and etc. And they are drinking it and paying for rubbish. So we are in a very fine mess. And this is where we expect everybody to put their hands on the table and not allow politics to blind people. Those who came up giddy sometime about 2 months, 3 months ago, who started doing all the politics with it, where are they suddenly? I told you that consistency, I've showed you what I did 16 years ago. Let any of them bring what they did 16 years ago. Let's look at it. It's what we call the scorecard. 16 years ago, that was how I was thinking. That was how my brain was wired. Excuse me, bring it. 16 years ago, that was how my brain was wired. And it is still wired that way. The key item and the key agenda is Ghana and Ghana only. 16 years ago, I said protecting the earth has become a Herculean task. Yesterday was the ozone layer. Today is the melting ice and rising sea levels. Tomorrow may not give us the chance to talk about it. So before you dismiss that small waste, remember that it could produce a big sad story. 16 years ago, I wasn't thinking about politics. I wasn't thinking about any political party or any politician. I wasn't thinking about them. I was thinking about the world. I was thinking about Ghana. I was thinking about Mother Nature. 16 years ago. And you want to come and use what? 3 months, 8 months, 8 years, or whatever political career length that you have to come and want to destroy it. It will not work. Because we know who we are, we know where we are from, and we know the story that we have. And that is why when we stand to speak, we speak with a lot of confidence, because we have no fear.